Hello and welcome to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to understand how to add a member in Mailchimp on specific product purchase in Razorpay. Now, let's say that you are using Razorpay as a payment gateway, and here every time a new payment is captured, then the user who has just made the payment for a specific product is supposed to be added as a member in Mailchimp, which is an email marketing platform. Now, how can we do that? For this, we will have to integrate the two applications, and we can do the same using Pabbly Connect. So here your trigger application will be Razorpay and your action application will be Mailchimp. Now, to understand how you can do this yourself, integrate and automate this entire process, let's start. Here we are going to understand every time a user purchases a particular product using Razorpay, then how automatically the same user can be created as a member in Mailchimp. Now to do this, we'll have to integrate Mailchimp with Razorpay, and we can do the same using Pabbly Connect. Now to understand how, let's start. So this here is a dashboard of Pabbly Connect software. You can reach here by clicking on the link which is given in the video description. So if you are an existing user, simply sign in, and if you are a new user, you will have to sign up. It is not going to take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation you will get 100 free tasks. Now once you are done with that and you have signed in, here you will reach the dashboard. Now on the right hand side there's a tab Create Workflow. Click on this. Now this dialog box has appeared, and here you have to name your workflow. Now as per my objective, I'm going to name it as Create Member in Mailchimp for Razorpay payment of a specific product. Now I'm going to click on Create. As I do that, here we have reached another window, and this has got two extremely important events. One here is trigger, another one is action. Now triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. Basically action here is the automated response of your trigger application. Now let's understand this with the help of an example. So every time you swipe your card and the payment is made, then you automatically get a response on WhatsApp or SMS about the payment made. Now this happens with the help of automation. In such a case, your trigger application will be the payment gateway, and your action application here will be WhatsApp or SMS sending applications. So now let's come to our use case. So here our trigger application will be Razorpay. Let's click on this. So every time a product is purchased, a particular product is purchased in Razorpay, then automatically a member should be created in Mailchimp. So here I'm going to click on trigger event. Now this here is the event that is going to make this workflow run, and here it will be payment captured. So every time payment is captured in Razorpay, then what should happen? So here I'm going to choose my action application as Mailchimp, and here again we have to create a member. So add new member with custom fields. So this here is my workflow. Now let's come to step 1, and here you can see we have received this webhook URL. So I'm going to copy this. Now to integrate Razorpay and Pabbly Connect, we have to follow the following steps. So I'm going to show you exactly what you have to do. So let me take you to Razorpay. Here we have to go to account and settings. Now within this we have website and app settings, and within this we have webhooks. Click on this. Now add new webhook, and here you have to paste the URL that you have just copied. Once that is done, here you have to select the active event. So what is the event? It is payment captured. Click on create webhook. You can see that the webhook has been saved successfully, taking you back to Pabbly Connect. Now here it is saying that it is waiting for webhook response, which means to check the integration between Pabbly Connect and Razorpay. Now we are going to do a test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. So I'm going to take you to Razorpay. Let's go to payment pages. So these are the various products, and let's say that I want to purchase this product, which is online PHP course for beginners. Now this here is the product price. I'm going to copy this link, open this link here in a new tab. And as I do that, you can see this here is the payment page. So let's fill in the details. Let's say the first name here is Strange, last name is User. This here is the email address. Then we have the phone number. So I'm going to write +91, and then we have the number. Then we have the course. So the course name is PHP course for beginners, and this here is the product price. Let's click on pay rupees 499. So here you can see we have got the options to pay. I'm going to select card, and now I'm going to fill in the mock card details. So here are the details. Let's enter a test CVV, click on pay now, pay without saving card, and here we have to enter the OTP. This is again a random OTP. So here we can see that the payment has been successful. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to see if we have received the response, and yes, here it is. So what have we received here? So this here is the payment status which is captured. Here we have got the order ID. Then we have got the user details, mobile number, last name, first name, email address. Now this is the name of the course bought. As I take you down, here we have got the payment entity ID. And this here again is the email address of the person. And this here is the card ID, the details of the card with which we have made the payment. Now here you can see the base amount. Now this amount was 499, but here it is shown as 49,900. Why? Because these payment gateways, they do not take decimal into consideration. That is why instead of 499 rupees, it is showing as 49,900. Now whenever you have to use this particular number in any of the application, first you have to format the number using a feature by Pabbly which is number formatter. Now once I have received this information, I want to create a member in Mailchimp. But I have to set a filter that the member should be created only when the person has purchased this particular product which is PHP course for beginners. So here I'm going to click on add action step. And here I'm going to choose this feature by Pabbly which is filter. Now what does it do? It allows to execute the workflow only when the set conditions are fulfilled. Now here we have to select the label. So I'm going to filter out this workflow using the name of the course. So here I'm going to click on this, go to the first step, and as I take you down, this here is the name of the course, PHP for beginners. I'm going to click on this. Now this should be equal to the same name. So I'm going to copy exactly the same name, and here I'm going to paste the same. Okay. Now I'm going to click on save and send test request. And you can see that the condition is true. Why? Because the person has made the payment for this particular course only. Now once the condition is true, comes our final action step, which is adding a new member with custom fields in Mailchimp. So I'm going to click on connect. Here Pabbly Connect wants to connect with Mailchimp account. Let's select add new connection. Now to set up this connection, we need this token and data center. Now how can we receive this token? So first we have to go to Mailchimp. Here we have to go to profile picture. Within this we have profile. And here we have got extras. Then here we have API keys. Now as I take you down, so here you can see create a key option is there. Click on this. And now here let's name it as random integration key. Okay, you can give any other name here. I'm going to click on generate key, and this here is the key. Copy to clipboard, go back to Pabbly Connect, paste this here. Then we have the data center. Now here the data center is in this form which appears as a subdomain in your Mailchimp account. So this here is my Mailchimp account, and here you can see this is US 6. So I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect, and here I'm going to write US 6. Let's click on save. And here you can see that the connection is all set. Now we have to choose the audience list. So here I'm going to take you back to Mailchimp, and you can see that within audience there's only one list created which is Pabbly Connect. So this has already been captured by the system. Now within this list we have to create this user. So first of all I have to add the email address. How can we do that? So let's click on this, go to the first step, and here I'm going to look for the email address of the person. Here it is. Now this method with which I have added the information here is known as mapping, and this is important so that every time the workflow runs it can take the new data into consideration. Had I written the same information manually, then when my workflow would have been running in real time, it wouldn't have taken the new data. Instead, it would have taken the same email address. So to avoid that, we map the information. Always remember, when we have some information which is supposed to change with every response, which means it is dynamic, then we have to map the information. And if it is not supposed to change, which means it is static, then we can just write this manually. Then we have the tag. Now here, if you want, you can always add tags. So let's say the tag is the same name as that of the course. Okay, and then we have the status of the subscriber. So I'm going to mark it as subscribed. Here you have got so many options you can select from the drop down. And then we have the interest groups. So here, to add member to specific group, use this action get interest information, then accordingly you can add the interest groups. Now here I'm going to fill in this basic information. So here we need the first name. So I'm going to take you down. So this here is the first name. Then we need the last name. So again I take you down. So this here is the last name. And then we have the mobile number. So I'm going to go down. This here is the mobile number. Click on save and send test request. And here you can see we have received the response. So what is the response that we have received? We have received the ID, email address, contact ID, unique email ID. Here is the full name. Then we have web ID, email type, status, and here we have the first name, last name, and mobile number. Okay. Now once we have received this information, I'm going to take you back to Mailchimp. Let's go to all contacts. And here you can see that one contact has been created. This is the email address of the person. Then we have the first name, last name, mobile number. Here we have got the tag and it is known as subscribed. And here it has been marked as subscribed. So this means that our integration is a success. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you back to Razorpay. And this was the name of the course. Now I'm going to copy the same, open this in a new tab. And here I'm going to make the payment again. So let's say this time the first name here is new, the last name is dummy67. This here is the email address. Then I'm going to enter the mobile number with the country code, select the course, and now I'm going to pay. So let's enter the card details. So here we have the details. This is the CVV number. These are just the mock details. And now here I'm going to pay without saving card. Here we have to enter a mock OTP, click on submit. And you can see that the payment has been successful. Let's take you back to Mailchimp. I'm going to quickly refresh this page. And here you can see another subscriber has been created with all the relevant details. Now what if we had made the payment for some other product? Let's check the same. Okay, so I'm going to take you back to Razorpay. And let's say it is Python for beginners. So I'm going to copy this and here I'm going to pay for this particular product now. So let's say the first name here is Smart, the last name is user1, this here is the email address, mobile number, the course is Python for beginners, and I'm going to add the country code, and now I'm going to pay for 999. Let's enter the card details. So here we have the card details. Now let's click on pay now, pay without saving card. Let's enter the OTP, click on submit. So here we can see that the payment has been successful. Now I'm going to take you back to Mailchimp, and here I'm going to quickly refresh this page. And as I do that, here we can see that Smart User 1 is not a part of our contact list. Why? Because this particular user has made the payment for the different product. So this means that our integration is a complete success. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to understand what we have done. So here our trigger application is Razorpay, where the event is payment captured. Then we had used a feature by Pabbly, which is filter, so that the workflow can execute only when certain conditions are fulfilled. And our final action application is Mailchimp, where the event was to add new member with custom fields. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any specific integration to work on, you can always do that. Now I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us. Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.